everyone watching us all over the world on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for joining us today on another episode on Fixing Nigeria. My name is Anu Ojo and I'm your host in this special program. Well, Fixing Nigeria is an amazing program on Dr. Sunday Adelaja's platform that is devoted and dedicated to our dear and beloved nation, Nigeria. If you're Nigerian, this is the kind of program you want to sit and watch, because we're not just talking about the problems that has befallen our nation and the issues of concern and just, complaining and playing the blame game and doing all of that. Nope. In this program, we are speaking about concrete solutions, proffering answers to the issues that concerns our dear nation, Nigeria. So if you are a Nigerian, you're welcome. Thank you for being with us. I'd like to encourage you to invite your Nigerian friends who are in Nigeria or those who are in diaspora. And of course, if you're not a Nigerian, you're not left out, because we are talking about principles that would lead to development of nations, and not just Nigeria as a nation, but for any nation and for every nation. So you're very much welcome, and would like you also to invite your friends, share this video, and let's stay tuned for another interesting episode. The book on your screen, as you can see, is titled The Death of Nations. This is one of Dr. Sunday's books that I read, and when I was done reading it, I felt like I could advise. I could advise the president, I could speak to just any political office holder and proffer solutions to them on how we can get Nigeria from where it is right now to where we all are praying and hoping to be. This book is titled The Death of Nations, and our discussion today is from one of the reasons that Dr. Sunday put out in this book as reasons why countries fail. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but I just want you to know that this book is available on Kindle Unlimited. That's on Amazon Kindle Unlimited. You can read this book for free if you're a subscriber there. And if you want to order this book in Nigeria or in Africa, you could order from Okada Books, or you could order actually on dsabooksplanet.com. dsabooksplanet.com. So you can order for the book right there. Today we are having an interesting topic, and it is proffering solutions to cynicism in Nigeria. But before we get into the discussion of today, I would like you to have a snippet and to just have a taste of what we discussed last week on Fixing Nigeria. Stay tuned. Is there any connection between the sluggishness culture and the African time?
Definitely. If there is not time, we are not even aware of time, and if time doesn't exist almost, there will be sluggishness, because you are not in a hurry. You are not running against time. Mm-hmm. So that is a major reason why, because when we are not used to doing everything per time and by time, yes, that is a major reason too for the sluggishness.
How do we maximize this climate that we have, which should be a blessing to us?
In relations to
our productivity and sluggishness, yes.
Well, we need leadership. We need leadership in the industry. Like, one of the reasons that people are not so sluggish in the West is because capitalism drives people, and the need to pay bills drive them too. They need to make ends meet and to work. Otherwise, you'll be out in the street, you'll be homeless, and you'll be totally outcast. Drives so it is the demand of the economic demand, the financial demand of the society drives people also, even in the West. So in Africa, you might not be working. You could finish university in Africa for 10 years and you are not working and nobody knows. You are still surviving, you are living, you are not homeless, you are not living in the streets, you are not. But here, if you lose your job for 6 months, you are already homeless.
Now, I want to know if there is a particular reason behind this attitudinal response by Nigerians. Why are we sluggish?
Well, it's not sluggishness is not something Nigerian. Yeah. It is, I think it is a continental issue.
It's an African thing?
Yeah, it should be an African thing.
Okay.
Especially people, but not just Africa, people in Africa, but it's also something that you will find in the islands. Okay. Especially in the places like the Caribbean islands and places like that. Unfortunately, those are also black
Those
people.
are blacks, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't, they're not, when I talk about it's not just Africa, that means not just on the African continent.
Got it.
But you could also go beyond that and see them, all everywhere. So the reasons for them will be natural. And that's why I would not say it is attitudinal response. I think it is a lifestyle issue.
Okay.
It's not a response issue.
Okay.
I think because most people who we are talking about who are sluggish like this in their lifestyle, in their responses, reactions, and in their attitude to life, is because that's the only thing they know. That's why for me, even though I was hearing the word all my life, sluggish, but I never understood it, just like all my other people that were there at that conference, until we saw people from a comparison. We saw people from other continents, from another continent that were totally the opposite of who we were. So that is what helped us to understand that, oh, okay. So really, that's who are really sluggish. But we didn't realize that because we were born into a culture where everybody and everything is run in such a low-key, low-pace manner. So for most of us, it's just the norm. So it's not a response, but it's the culture, it's the lifestyle. It is what we were born into and the way we understood life. We didn't see life in another picture. And anybody that will not be like everybody else, we will rather look at that person as someone that is not normal, someone that is abnormal. And we will not think that we are the ones that are not normal. And there could be some reasons for that. One of the reasons for that is
right. So, well, Dr. Sunday said there are some reasons for that, and he was about to say the reasons. That's intentional. So if you want to listen to the full episode, the way to do that is to go to Dr. Sunday Adelaja's YouTube channel. That is Dr. Sunday Adelaja, and search for the playlist Fixing Nigeria. You'll be able to watch not just this episode, but you'll be able to watch other episodes we've done on Fixing Nigeria. Without further ado, I would like to present Dr. Sunday to everyone watching us all over the world for today's episode. Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome to Fixing Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Last week's discussion was quite interesting, talking about the sluggish lifestyle. It was interesting that you highlighted with your response to me, because I was thinking it was more like a response that Nigerians were giving to maybe due to situations and all of that. And I mean, it was good understanding that, I mean, it's not a response, but it is a lifestyle. It is what they were born into. So there was no alternative. There was no option for them. They had to just be sluggish. you know. So that's just one of many things I learned from last week's episode. Just trying to address things that maybe Nigerians might not view as quite important, because rather than talking about sluggish culture or talking about today's cynicism, they'll prefer we talk about other issues
Money.
like money, poverty, insecurity, and all of that. I mean, I see some people comment on some of your posts, and they're like, this man has never spoken about insecurity, and he's not talking about all of it. But of course, you've spoken about that in your charge to Nigeria and Nigerians. However, fixing Nigeria is quite unique.
Fundamental issues.
Yeah, it's quite unique, because we are really going to fundamental issues. We're going to the core, the foundation of what defines us as Nigerians, you know, the traits that we emit without even being conscious of it. That by virtue of your birth into Nigeria, you just have those traits, you know. And so we have to go dig deep to those foundational issues, those things that addresses our value system as a people, those things that determine the content of our character as Nigerians, and to recreate the Nigerian individual, you know. I know there's a book that you spoke about, maybe they don't know about it, but it's a book about the Nigerian identity that we intend to do the passport, you know, as the cover of the book. I think that's exactly what...
A future book.
A future book, yes, a future book. So we want to rebuild not just the infrastructures of Nigeria, not just our roads. I mean, we've been doing that all these years, but what has been the result? I mean, we've been rebuilding roads, rebuilding hospitals, but we need to rebuild our people. We need to change the inner content of our people. We have to impute the right values into our people, and that's exactly what we're doing on this show. And it's always a privilege to be with you addressing these issues, and also trying to draw out your wisdom and your insights about resolving these foundational issues in Nigeria. Today we want to talk about something that I never thought, or I never understood the gravity of as regards national development, and not just national development, but even the what's the word, the validity or the progress and the state of a nation, maybe a better put. Dr. Sunday wrote a book. Can we say that book, The Death of Nations? I've heard of the word cynicism before, and also some like the synonyms of the word cynicism. But when I read this book, The Death of Nations, it was like I got a whole new understanding of how cynicism can bring any nation, even the greatest of nations, can crumble it down. So from this book, and also having even conversations with Nigerians, like for example today I had a conversation with a Nigerian today, and what he said to me is what I've always heard, and is what I know about Nigerians. And he was saying, because I was trying to present to him an opportunity, and he said, see, bro, it cannot work in Nigeria, because if I'm trying to present this opportunity to my fellow Nigerians, they will think I'm coming to defraud them, to defraud them, yeah. Or I have some ulterior motives. I know that what I'm presenting to them is not scam, it's not everything, but nobody's going to trust you because you're Nigerian. And this is a Nigerian telling me this about his fellow Nigerians. So mistrust, that suspicious inclination to everybody trying, it has gone down to the roots and to every fabric of our nation. So cynicism, to me, in my own view, and even from my interactions, is prevalent in Nigeria. And I want us to talk about, to bring people to understand first what this cynicism is, and to help them understand the devastating effects of this cynicism, and also to bring solutions to cynicism in Nigeria. So this is my own personal experience, and this is from my own personal point of view. But I would like to ask you yourself, Dr. Sunday, what is the reality of cynicism in Nigeria to you personally?
Well, you started well by talking about this book, The Death of Nations, and why, the second title of the book is Why Countries Die, or Why Countries
Fail.
Why Countries Fail. Yeah, The Death of Nations, Why Countries Fail. And number one on the list, or one of the number one reasons on the list, is cynicism. When a country is permeated with cynicism, when cynicism has become a lifestyle of the people, what has happened is that people have lost faith. And when faith is gone, then what comes in the place of faith is cynicism. And cynicism will lead to apathy. And apathy would lead to complacency. And complacency will lead to disillusionment. And all these things, are what would lead to the death of nations. And these are the things that make a nation to lose, to fail. Countries fail. So countries fail, nations die because of cynicism. So it's a big problem. I've been in Nigeria, and I was born in Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria till I was 19. And I've been in touch with Nigeria for the past 30-something years since I've left the shores of Nigeria. And I don't think the level of cynicism that we ever had is as bad as it is right now. I think the level of cynicism that we're having right now is just overwhelming, and it is just alarming. So there is a big threat to the nationhood of our country if we don't deal with the issues of cynicism, apathy, and complacency right now. And I don't think, what even troubles me more than the problem of cynicism itself is the fact that the government of the day, I'm not sure if they are even aware that this is a factor in national disintegration and in the failure of nations. I don't even know if they have read my book or they have read similar books that will open their eyes to the reality that countries fail countries that fail start by first losing faith in that nation by and through cynicism. And that word cynicism, as innocently as it sounds and as powerlessly as it looks, is the force that brought down the Roman Empire. Now, the Roman Empire is the greatest empire that has ever been built by human and that has ever been seen. It was started and launched off by Alexander the Great, or Alexander of Macedonia. And the Roman Empire is famous for being the longest lasting superpower in the world. And Roman Empire survived for close to 1,000 years. There has not been a nation that has been so dominant and has been so enduring like the Roman Empire. The British Empire was able to remain a superpower for maybe 300, close to 400 years. America as a superpower is still less than 50. America really became less than 100 years a superpower. So, but for a country to last as a superpower for 1,000 years, to be so dominant, is unheard of. But even that empire, that dominant empire, like the Roman Empire, was destroyed and was brought to our knees by cynicism. And when I heard, somebody even wrote me a personal letter this week and said, because I released a video that was talking about the North is not the problem of Nigeria, and that we all have a challenge, that we need to build a common country. And this person wrote me and said, you will see, I bet you that Nigeria will disintegrate and it will fall apart, and you will see with your own eyes. So the person wrote me to bet is a Biafran guy. And so I just decided to neglect him because he doesn't know that by wishing Nigeria to fall apart is at the same time wishing Biafra to fall apart. Because if Nigeria falls apart, the same people who are going to be living in Biafra are the same people who are living in Nigeria now. Only there will not be Hausas there and there will not be Yorubas there. But the people that are remaining, that they are called Biafra, they are more divided among themselves than Nigeria as a whole. It's because they are not totally homogeneous. And then everybody knows that the Igbos are the most divided tribe in Nigeria. I mean, even every town is divided. Talk less of the whole Igbo land. Every state is divided against one another. Every local government is even divided in Igbo land. So that is a problem. And that's why they can never come to a unifying political stance. And that's, a lot of problems. So he doesn't know, he doesn't think deeper. He's just thinking of destroying what we have right now, and then we are going to be good. You cannot build your whole nation. You cannot build a future by destroying something else. It's not by destruction you build a nation. You build nations by building, by construction. So for you to be able to talk about building your own nation, you must first of all be united. And if you are not united and you are saying that the house it's just like saying, I'm living in a house right now and I'm saying that this house should collapse. This house, let it just collapse. Then you become homeless. So before I could say this house should collapse, I should go ahead, I should have first of all built a house that is better and is stable and is strong in its foundation, better than this one. But I've not built any house. And the place where I want to build the house, the land is not even cleared. Everything is still in chaos and shambles, and I'm saying this one should collapse.
You're wishing yourself evil.
You are wishing yourself evil. So I just know that person, I will not, enter into conversation with somebody like that, because don't argue with a fool. They will think that you are the same, that you are not different from him. So I will not bring myself as low as to have a debate with somebody who is less informed. And you cannot blame someone like that, because that is his own level of development. That's his own level of enlightenment. He's just less informed. And now that I am privileged to know better, I will not go as low as thinking that breaking down Nigeria, breaking up Nigeria is what will bring about the well-being of Yoruba people or Hausa people or Igbo people. Now, let's even imagine, think that Hausas and Igbos and Yorubas go their own way. Okay, let's take the Yorubas that they want to go their own way, or Igbos that want to go their own way. But if they go their own way, the same Igbo people, they are very cynical. And the same Yoruba people, they are very cynical. Apart from division, apart from lack of unity. Cynicism is when people are always negative, doubtful, talking, criticizing, and that is who we are. So even if we break up as an entity of Nigeria, but you now come from Oduduwa Republic, and you are still having the inner content that you have today, blaming, complaining, and doubting, and criticizing. You see, a breakup of Nigeria will not lead to inner transformation. It will only give you geographical definition. It will only give you a division of your own geography, boundaries. But it doesn't change the inner content of a people. So without changing the inner content of Biafra people, without changing the inner content of Oduduwa people, and they just go and get their own division also, the same thing will happen. Right. That is the mistake our own forefathers have already made. Our own forefathers, the nationalists, the people who fought for the independence of Nigeria from Britain, they were saying, no, we are ready. We want our own independence. We want to be on our own. You see, people just have this crooked mindset that if we have our own independence and determine our own affairs, everything will just be good automatically. All our problems will vanish and everything will be resolved. But we got independence from the British. We think we are going to do better because we think that it is the independence itself, by definition, that leads to well-being. and that leads to prosperity. But we don't know. No. It is the inner content of the people who are asking for the independence that will determine their well-being.
That's right.
But when you don't change that inner content, and that inner content has not been changed to inculcate the values of people and the values that lead to greatness, values that lead to civilization. If that nation have not been imbibed in values of greatness and in values of civilization, if the nation and the people have not been exposed to these values and they have not embraced these values, and those values have not become part and parcel of them, even if you bring them to their own family household, they will still not experience development and growth. So if the content of their heart and of their individuality and their character is the content that and the values and the vices that don't lead to development, but their content of character that lead to disintegration, that lead to backwardness, that lead to strife and cynicism, apathy, and complacency. When those things are the things that remain in the character, in the body of the people, of the heart of the people, by the time you take them there again, that is exactly what they will keep on experiencing. It doesn't matter how many times you divide them. Divide them into any little pieces you want, they will still go to their piece and still be exhibiting the same content of character that leads to backwardness and lack of civilization. So it doesn't lead to change and development or growth. That's why all of Africa is backward, because we are focusing on the wrong thing. We all got independence, but what did that give to us? It didn't give us anything. But the people we chased away, the English people, they have the content of character, they have the values that are needed for development. They keep on living well. But we that say we are going to live better, we are living worse. They say the French people we chased away, they keep on living better because of they have the thing it takes. So when we don't first of all pay attention to the qualities that it takes to experience growth and development, but we are just clamoring for outward change like restructuring instead of reconstructing. When we are not demanding, we are not laying demands on ourselves, on our change in character, change of values, but we are rather just thinking and talking about external things, then we're just deceiving ourselves. And when we get what we thought we needed, that is when we discover that what we got is not actually what we needed, and that what we have gotten now will even lead to a quicker destruction of ourselves than where we were before. So the problem of Nigeria is in these things. These are the things to change. So even if you want to get your own nation, or Odua or Biafra, make sure that before you get that Odua, you have dealt with issues like apathy. You have dealt with issues like cynicism. You have dealt with the issues like complacency. You have dealt with the issues of disillusionment. You have dealt with the issues of, that lead nations to bankruptcy. If you don't deal with those issues first before going, you are going with the wrong foundation. You are going on the wrong foundation. And you are going to build that country on the foundation of destruction already, before you even start building it. That is already what we have. The nation is dead on arrival, just like we had with the independence of Nigeria, because our forefathers that got us the independence, they wanted just to care for independence. They think when we manage our own affairs, everything will be fine. But they don't know, and they didn't start by laying another foundation for our people. They only mobilize our people to fight for freedom, to fight for independence, but they didn't mobilize them to work on the content of their character. They didn't mobilize them to embrace the values and the qualities that will make them to be able to be capable of building great nations. Only great virtues lead to great nations. Only people of great values and virtues are capable of building great nations. But when the people are having weak values, when they are having values that are opposite of development and greatness, they will never be able to build it unless you have dealt with those content that they have inside. It's just like saying, for example, I am not a laborer. I'm not a builder. I've never built a house before. And now I was thrown into a place and I was being commanded to build a house, to build 10 stories building. 10-story building, I cannot build it because I don't have the skills. It's because I don't have it inside me. Yeah. I don't have that skill inside me. I don't have the knowledge inside me. I don't have the content inside me. But if I am a carpenter, for example, and they told me and they said, okay, you are a carpenter, go and fix that furniture. Mm-hmm. That is because I have it in me. I'll be able to fix the furniture because I have it in me. Mm-hmm. If I'm a carpenter, on the other hand, and I was given a computer, mm-hmm. and they said, fix that computer. And why should you be afraid? I mean, why should you be amazed or surprised when I come back to you 2 days later and say, I couldn't fix it? There's no surprise. Why are you surprised? Because you don't have it in you. You don't have what it takes in you to understand IT technology. And you don't know the mechanism of how those things work. You don't have the content of what it takes to be able to fix that computer. Mm-hmm. So that is what we're talking about when we're talking about nation building principle. It is not just by saying, okay, give me the responsibility that would define my success. No, the responsibility, the outward allocation of the responsibility, it doesn't give you, assurance that you're going to be able to do it. You must have something greater than that inside of you before we'll be able to say that, yes, you deserve to have that responsibility.
Wow. How amazing. That is a lot. That is a lot said, like that's like a lecture on its own, what you just explained. And it brings us to a conclusion that the nation that we have today is the nation that we deserve.
Definitely. Every nation. Yeah, even the leaders that we have.
Yeah, even the leaders that we have is what we deserve. And it is because of what we have, the content that we have.
Of who we are inside.
Who we are inside. So if we want a developed nation, if we want a civilized nation, the first thing we must pay attention to is for us to change who we are. It's for us to put in those virtues, for us to put in those values that would lead to national development. And that's exactly what you're saying. And I don't know how complicated or how complex what you just explained can be to Nigerians, especially those who are seeking for the restructuring of Nigeria and the Biafra and the Oduwa. I don't know how difficult this can be for them to understand, but I think it's just as simple as ABC. That, hey, if you don't change what is within people, if you don't change their character, you don't change their values, if you take them to, today we separate Nigeria, it is the same people and they will produce the same results. But the thing there is, coming from a place of prejudice and and also even the cynicism that we have, because you explain the path that cynicism leads to apathy, and apathy leads to complacency, and then complacency leads to disillusionment, and all of these things all are factors that have subjected people to where they are right now. And that's the reason why we are coming today to proffer solutions to that. We're coming today to speak to Nigerians and to give those building blocks that we need to build Nigeria. Because what we're addressing is a foundational issue. And like you said, if we don't build on the right foundation, it does not matter what we build. No matter how beautiful it might look in the process of building, it will collapse because the foundation is wrong. I would like us to watch some videos.
And that's why I tell people, okay, yes, if you are so good, if you think that you are Yoruba people and you are better than Nigeria as a whole, and Nigeria is what is drawing you back, yes, and you have your own Yoruba land now. It's not Igbos who are ruling over you. It's not Hausas who are ruling after you. And make you construct to develop country there now.
Let's see the results there.
Waiting they disturb you.
Of course.
Or if you are an Igbo person, you say Nigeria is our problem. Who they live for Igbo land?
It's not Hausa
that is your governor. It's not Hausa who is your farmer. Yeah. It's not Hausa who is your industry, your people. Your people, the whole your people. They are 99% of your people. They are your people. Mm-hmm. So make them build the country they want now. Wait till they disturb you.
Of course, it's true, and that's the fact. Let them do it if they
are able to.
Yeah.
But why? But the content of your character is not allowing you. Yeah. But you come with lies and you buy into the lies of empty-minded people like Nnamdi Kanu and one grandson, something.
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Yeah, you're a bad guy like that. You know, you buy into their lies and begin to believe that it is because of somebody else that you are not happy. If you begin to look outside and blame others for your own tragedy, for your own calamities, because you are weak.
That's true.
Why will you say it's because of other people? That's why you cannot build. Are you incapacitated? Are you disabled? Are your whole people disabled? You know, if you are saying, you are making yourself a victim. If you are saying it's because of other people that you cannot build what you want, so who are you then? Are you shaking?
Well, that's a good question to ask, really. And you have to give answers to it. Which are you? There's some videos we have. You know, I just wanted to bring some videos that portray that was the first and then the second together. So we'll play the first video and then we'll play the second video. You know, it's there. There's the lack of confidence in everything. You know, in Nigeria, everything. There's lack of confidence in the government.
Lack of faith.
Lack of faith. Yeah, sorry. Lack
of trust.
And trust. Lack of faith in the government. Lack of faith in individuals. Lack of faith in everywhere. So let's just watch two videos right now, where things along this line were discussed on the media, and then we come back.
Until people or we engender a society where you can have what you call witness protection law. As we speak now, Nigerians do not trust the police. People do not trust, they don't have the confidence in giving information to the police because they feel that if I give this information, I may lose my life in the process. There is no country in the world where the police can be 100%. There's no country in the world where the police can say...
But you should get an appreciative number.
Yes. What I'm trying to say is that even if you have Nigeria reduced to a policeman to 10 people, currently I think we're about a policeman to about 35,000 people, it will still work. People must be responsible to their society.
Don't forget that it is the Nigerian experience that for many years we go through elections, but the elections rarely reflect what we say by our votes or what we mean by our votes. Every election has been, and it is not just that they are queried, it is because people have lost confidence. And unless you are sure that you have the powers, if you have beliefs in a particular area and you are not satisfied, you have, at the end of the day, the potential is there for you to use that simple valve to change what you are criticizing. If there is that confidence, there is that assurance, then there may be, yes, some patience, but that would not on its own stop agitations. Because take the example of United Kingdom and Scotland. As we speak, a lot of agitations for autonomy for the Scottish. Now, but it's going through a whole process that people can relate to, can understand. And nobody is saying that no, the unity of the Great Britain is, cannot be discussed. And yet they are discussing it.
Right. So there are two videos we just saw. The first video we played was about the gentleman who was talking about the lack of faith and trust in the police. But then he had a very good conclusion saying we have to be responsible, everybody has to be responsible for the society. And he's coming from the angle that we have to change our content as a person, even though it's a known fact that the Nigerians don't have any faith in the police institution, but he ends on a very good note, saying that we have to be responsible, we have to take that responsibility, we have to have faith. Then the second gentleman was talking about the same thing, lack of faith, but this time lack of faith in the political infrastructure with the voting and all of that. And he also, brought an example of the United Kingdom, talking about them having discussions and having, with the Scotland and all of that. But I don't know if he understands what we're talking about today, that the only reason why, even though they are having issues as regards remaining in the same sovereign nation, but they already had developed virtues and values that would lead to national development, that even though they are having those conversations, but the people are already formed and the nation has been built from their foundation on those values that will lead to national development. That even if there are people who are cynics, even if there are people who are moving and agitating towards their maybe selfish goals and wanting to separate from the United Kingdom, but they're still progressing. They're still experiencing growth in their nation. I played this video to also bring us to the point where we have to talk about the source of cynicism in Nigeria. You said some things as regards to the founding fathers and what they fought for and all of that, but I want us to bring it to the limelight now. Cynicism, not all over the world, but cynicism in Nigeria. What is the source of cynicism in Nigeria?
Well, when we had independence, we were not having cynicism. We had faith. Just like right now this book, because faith is the solution and is the cure for cynicism. Faith is the cure for cynicism. So, but in Nigeria, when Nigeria got independence, we were full of faith and we were full of hope. And that is what the kind of faith and hope that people who are newly independent or who are just newly granted political autonomous, that is what they autonomy, that is what they are always full of enthusiasm, always full of faith, they're always full of hope, and they're always full of enthusiasm that they are going to be able to build a new nation. Sure. So cynicism has not always been our problem. Cynicism came later on, and cynicism, especially during the time of independence, was not an issue. We had a lot of the opposite of cynicism, which is faith, confidence, assurance in ourselves that we're going to be able to do it. So now the issue is, so if cynicism was not our problem and we didn't have cynicism at the point of independence, why is it that we still failed? And we eventually came to a place where, most of our people are very cynic, and where cynicism has permeated the whole country right now. Now the issue is we have to go back to what I said earlier, that when you gear people up, when you arouse people, pushing them to independence, giving them false hope, they will believe you. And they will believe that they are able to do it, and they are already capable of doing it. So when our forefathers and our nationalists who brought us to independence came up with the idea that, we are going to rule ourselves, they were giving hope to people. But it will be very difficult for me even now to say it was false hope. But indeed, it was false hope. And the thing that why it ended up to be false hope is that the hope never materialized. The thing didn't come to pass. And the reason for that is because why I say it's false hope is that those forefathers, they didn't have enough, I think, I might be wrong, but I hope I'm wrong, they didn't have enough foresight into what we are talking about today to see that, okay, if we are going to call these people to independence now, are they capable? Do they have we taken time to build into them the qualities that are necessary to be able to build a nation and a new nation? Are they set? Are these people ready mentally? Are they ready intellectually? Are they ready, in virtues and qualities and value system? Do they have the value system that are necessary to be able to build a great nation, the kind of nation that we want? No. Our forefathers never thought about that in that way. They were thinking that once we are able to have our independence and people are given that kind of hope, that now the enthusiasm itself is enough for the people to be able to take for it to be able to take the people through and build a great nation. But enthusiasm that is not loaded with content, enthusiasm that is not built on the right foundation, when it meets difficulties, when it means hardship, that enthusiasm turns to hatred. That's the same enthusiasm, the same level of enthusiasm that is there will become the same level of anger, hatred, and cynicism that you are going to have. The same time, if you see, I don't know, if you go and watch the documentaries about Biafra, about the Biafra war, if you look at those documentaries, go and look at Ojukwu and his lieutenants, people like him. And they were saying, oh, come back home, come back home, come back to the east, come back. We're going to build a new nation, our own nation. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to beat Nigerian army. There is no army in Nigeria. There are only Hausa people who cannot fight. I mean, they don't, all kind of wars they were saying. We are going to kill them. We're going to destroy them. Okay, we are going to defend our own country. We're going to... These are the kind of words. You go and listen to them that the Igbos were saying those days. They were very enthusiastic that we are going to win the war. Now, there were other Igbos that were saying this is crazy, but they were the minority. And because they were minority, other Igbo people were just clamps on them. They said, come back, but the people who had sense didn't go back. They didn't support the secession, but the ones who supported the secession, they were very enthusiastic. So that's what I'm saying. They didn't have cynicism during Biafra. They had faith, they had enthusiasm, they had ambition, they had trust, they had confidence that they were going to win, they are going to build their own country. But when there is no foundation, when you don't take your time, first of all, to build a solid foundation, what you will get is that your enthusiasm that is pushing you now, that your enthusiasm will meet reality. And that the way it meets reality is through hardship and through troubles and through problems and challenges. And when those realities come, the same people will begin to curse their people. They will begin to curse their leader. They will begin to say he's the one that is to blame. They begin to curse themselves. All of them died with their enthusiasm. Not all of them died. Many of them died. And they are now blaming the Nigerian side that Nigerian to blame. So where were you when you were having the enthusiasm that you're going to win before? Now it's easier to now turn back and say the person who beat you is now the one to blame. So it's the kind of thing that we're experiencing today again. People are having enthusiasm, restructure, let's restructure or let's break. They are not learning from history. If you learn from history, you will know that your enthusiasm that you are having today, let's build, let's go and go away, let everybody go their own way, Joe. Let's scatter the whole thing. When the rubber hits the road, bam, then you will cry. The rubber will cry.
The reality will set in.
Reality will set in, and you will be running back to Nigeria. All those Biafra people are begging to come to Nigeria later on. So it's the same kind of thing that they are repeating right now. So cynicism is not always the problem. The problem is when you are saying, let's get independence. You gave us enthusiasm. Why the people who are pushing us to get that independence, why didn't you they didn't have the foresight? Why didn't they have the foresight to think that, are these people having the content of character? Are they having the qualities, the values, and the virtues that are necessary to be able to build a nation? Do they have the capacity, the intellectual capacity, the industrial capacity, the foresight, and all the qualities that are needed to be able to build it? Would they be able to handle it? They didn't think about that. They were only thinking that independence, that something. And we went through it, we got independence, but our enthusiasm hit reality. Yeah. So the issue of cynicism came for other reasons. And we will discuss why cynicism came. But I just wanted to lay that foundation and submit that cynicism was not always our problem. Awesome. But we rather had enthusiasm, belief, and faith, and confidence that hit the rock.
Wow. What you just explained is so useful for life generally. That, I mean, faith, enthusiasm, passion, and all of those good
zeal.
When it's not based on the knowledge that you just talked about, when it's not based on foresight, I mean, that's one major word you use repeatedly. When it's not based on foresight, when it's not based on building the required knowledge foundation, when reality sets in, what happens to that faith and that zeal and that passion and the enthusiasm? It will become it will be directed to the wrong direction. You know, it will become our greatest undoing.
It will become what Nigeria call accident.
It will become accidents. Exactly.
Head-on accidents.
Exactly.
Boom.
But
Head-on commotion.
But that's interesting to know that Nigeria started with faith. So we had faith in our foundation. So what changed, and how did cynicism get into our societal stratum?
You know, one of the sports that I really like is boxing. Can you
Yes.
believe it?
Yeah, you said it.
Okay, you've never seen me watching boxing.
I've not
a
seen
few
you
times.
personally.
No, you've never seen me.
I've not seen you personally watch
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yes, I watch boxing. And one of the lessons I've learned in boxing is that you don't take somebody from the street and put him in the boxing ring with
On the canvas to fight,
with a professional,
you get knocked
with
out.
a world champion. So there is a difference between somebody, you know, okay, someone that has a lot of enthusiasm, that let's go and change the country, let's break the country, let's get independence, let's do other things. It's like that boxer from the street who has never entered the ring before. He has never even entered the training ground before, but he's strong. That strength, he's having muscles. So that muscle that he has is an example of zeal, enthusiasm. So he's passionate, he's determined, he's aggressive. I will beat you now. I will beat you now. You know, I'll beat you now. And he has the muscles that you know what? But the person who is a professional, he might not have those muscles, but he has tactics. He has knowledge. He has strategy. I've seen that kind of fight many times. I have seen that kind of fight many times. It's like one just happened now. Fury and Wilder. So, you know, I've seen those kind of things many times. But these are two professionals. But the level, one is a boxer, one is a banger. Okay, so the level, you know, the skills, it is skills that win fight, not power. Wow. So it's like in our situation, when you have a lot of enthusiasm, independence, we have it now, we want it now. Emotions. Emotions don't win fight though. Sure. It is tactics, strategy, skills. So what happened to us? So that kind of boxer now, who has the muscle and the something, but never been to the something, is not a professional. So when reality hits him, that enthusiasm he had in the beginning, that faith, it doesn't help again. Cynicism will come in very fast. You want to know the source of cynicism? That's the source. You want they push you, boom, boom, boom. And from the upper one, and you are just good, you are missing. You are coming with enthusiasm, boom. The guy will just bend. You miss. Before you come out, it goes, you go. And you come with another enthusiasm, you run. You just run, and you reach, boom. And you hit the other, you say, enthusiasm, you will not know, and the ring is already there, you cannot run it.
You can't run it.
You can't run it. So your enthusiasm and your power, everything will just disappear. You will be surprised. You want to know where cynicism comes from? After receiving those punches from every direction, you will discover cynicism.
It will come fast.
It will come very fast.
Wow.
That's where cynicism comes from.
Wow.
And that's what has happened to us as a nation.
Wow. Sad.
So the ones who want to do a republic, I know what is waiting for them. The ones who want Biafra Republic, let them gear their enthusiasm more and more. They will face reality. Reality of punch. Wow. The only reason they will not face reality is if they will first of all stop and work on their people. Not just on agitation, not just bring them to agitation alone, but work on the content of their character first.
That's right.
Change their mindset. Put values and virtues in them. Then after that, if they now demand for independence, they will be able to build a greater nation.
Sure. Wow. Well, I mean, where do I start from? But I think your explanation is spot on, and those things that you mentioned, strategies, skills, planning, and foresight. Those are the elements that are missing, and they were not just missing those days at the point of our independence, but they're still missing even till now. So
If not worse.
So people ask questions like, why is Nigeria getting worse by the day? I mean, I hear that.
No foundation.
Yeah, no foundation. And all of these things that you just talked about, we had a program where we were talking about Nigerians just being emotional people. We are easily aroused. We are sentimental people. We thrive on emotions, and we don't take time to really sit down and talk about what you're saying. To go into the locker room, sit down, strategize. What do we need to do? What are the steps we need to take? How do we plan? What skills do we need to develop in ourselves? What are the values we need to inculcate? And that's why we see a lot of people who have passion, who have zeal, but today where they are nowhere to be found.
With their passion and zeal?
With their passion and zeal. And then people now begin to blame
other people
that they're blaming the government, they're blaming, but no. Don't blame what is outside. Blame what
you lack
inside. And I mean, without mentioning names, we know from our past presidential aspirants who had all the zeal and all the. I mean, where are they? They are back to their. Either they are doing their motivational speaking or they are doing. Either they are doing their motivational speaking or they are doing their business as usual or they are doing. I mean, they are back. So the question is, where is all the passion? Where is all the enthusiasm that they had? Where everything is all gone? Why? Because
the rubber hit the road.
The rubber hit the road, and reality is setting. And you said it that the reality that will come is when challenges come, when difficulty comes, when reality really sets in. Then you realize that it's not emotions that will sustain you. Emotions will not get you the results. Passion will not get you the result. Enthusiasm will not get you the result. It comes back to what did you do in your locker room? What did you do in that secret place? What strategies did you put in place? That's what you need to show. What plans did you have? What skills have you developed in yourself? So the story of the guy who has all the muscles that gets into the boxing ring, and
I have seen it with my own koro eye, the way they had the apple. I've seen it so many times. I've lost count. Because I used to be like that when I was younger.
Wow.
Gra. You think it is zeal that makes the difference.
You use the word, Pastor. That gra. That's the word, gra. And that's what Nigerians believe. That is
when you do gra.
When you do the gra. when you're coming to use all of your physical zeal. But someone who has tactics win.
Yes.
And someone who has the skill win. Mm-hmm. And I like what you said. You said it is not power.
Yes.
That's so profound. It is not power that would lead to a change or that would transform the nation. Mm-hmm. It is those strategies, those skills, those tactics that we need to actually transform Nigeria. Amazing. But before...
So failure leads to cynicism.
Failure leads to cynicism.
When you go with your zeal and you are sure of success, and then you fail, you hit the bottom, rock bottom, it leads to cynicism. On fulfilled expectations.
That's right.
Lead to cynicism.
Yeah.
Then loss of hope.
Yeah.
leads to cynicism.
Yeah.
And deception. Because when people have geared you forward, people have motivated you and pushed you, and then they discover that it's all a lie. It's deception, leads to cynicism.
That's so true.
Lack of results
Brings cynicism.
leads to cynicism. So if you want to know the reason why we have cynicism, it's all out there before our eyes.
Lack of preparation.
Yes, leads to cynicism.
And I see that every day with people who call themselves activists in Nigeria. There's one guy who he prides as an activist in Nigeria, and then maybe a few weeks back I saw the guy saying that there's no hope for this Nigeria.
No, it's not possible.
They're like, well,
you don't know the name of the person.
What's his name? I forgot his name. It's one of these tall guys.
Tall.
Yeah, he's tall and fair. He's a Yoruba guy. Victor will have helped him with his name.
Okay.
He supports Showere too. I forgot Adeyonju. I think Adeyonju. Deji. Yeah, I think that's his name. So he was saying that Nigeria is not even worth dying for.
But he was an activist.
But yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, but he's an activist. Like, you know.
That's activism as against the bottom rock.
Yeah.
Rock bottom.
Yeah, because I mean, when challenges come and you get the hits, you just that becomes your like default mode. You just go down to cynicism. That Nigeria is not even worth dying for. Nigeria is so people just become cynical. So that makes a lot of sense. And for me, I'm seeing this program as an opportunity.
If people would listen to this program, it would have brought sense to a lot of people, especially Odudu and Biafra activists.
Yes, it will bring, at least to bring them sense that if they really have genuine motives, if they really do have genuine motives, of which I doubt, but if they do, at least they should know what they need to do. They need to know the truth. But they're just emotional. They just and the thing, like you've said many times, is that Nigerians, because most Nigerians are not informed, they don't know that the people who are agitating for this, people who are sponsoring this, they are sponsoring it for their own selfish reasons, because they're the same elites who, if Biafra today is declared Biafra or Odua is declared Biafra, you will not have any say. It is those same people.
Those same people who are ruling you now. Who brought the whole thing to this place it is now. They are the ones again who
the same people that will still
be ruling.
So what do you gain? You still lose.
You gain disillusionment.
Disillusionment. Yeah. So that's just the reality of the case. But I want to speak to our viewers who are watching us. I want to give you the invitation right now. I still have one more question to Dr. Sunday, but I don't know if you're following the conversation. But if you would like to join our conversation today, you can. The way to do it is to go to Facebook Messenger, search for Move Agent. That's the name of the Facebook Messenger. Search for Move Agent and then write to us informing us that you'd like to join the conversation today, you'd like to contribute, you'd like to share your thoughts, or you have a question, just anything you'd like to do. The way to do it is to go to Facebook Messenger and search for Move Agents. It's one word, Move Agents, and write to us that you'd like to call. The book on the screen, as you can see, is How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. This book is available for free if you're an Amazon Kindle Unlimited subscriber. You can get this book for free. And if you're in Nigeria, you could also order the book on dsabooksplanet.com. Nigeria can be transformed, and not just Nigeria, but even your nation can be transformed through the power of faith, which Dr. Sunday has said during the course of this program, that the antidote to cynicism is faith. The antidote to cynicism is faith. So we must restore faith to people, but even much more, we've spoken about some other things that are necessary to restore faith to people. Do we have a call already? We have a call now. Okay, let's receive the call then. Okay, can we increase the volume a little bit? Or maybe you have to speak louder from your end?
No, I think it's our problem.
Okay, how is it now? Good. Okay, you can speak?
Television promption.
Hello, can you hear me?
All right.
Could that be Ada?
Yeah, it sounds like Ada. I want to guess that's Ada.
Hello?
It's not as bad as I thought. You know, you allow people to acknowledge their wrong by the way you present your argument. The issue of cynicism in Nigeria, which is the bane of many of our successes. You hear so many successful Nigerians, the Wendy Okolo in NASA, the Mafilon children and their father. You hear so many successful Nigerians. It's like, so why can't this country get it together? Students of management will know that you cannot, there's something called motivation. The way you motivate a CEO, the incentive I mean to say, the incentive you give to a CEO is different from the incentive you give to a manager, a line supervisor, or even an ordinary worker. Mm-hmm. There are different levels people reach in life, and that is the level of perception of your reality. The Dangotes, the Globacom, their reality is different from the market tomato is market. But these two people are Nigerians.
Yeah.
Their systems, they have the same standard human rights, they have access to fundamental resources, you name it, they have the same rights, same fatherland, possibly even the same child, but DSA, their realities are
worlds apart.
That's right.
So how do you tell independence to these two people? How do you present that you are going to improve the health of the market plan by saying you want to move away, you want Brexit, let me call it Brexit.
That's a good way to put it.
She doesn't know what it means. The Adelaja will say, will I still be able to have my foreign exchange businesses? Will I still be able to have investors, Indian investors? Will I still be able to expand my capital market? The market demand is, will I still have customers when I open shop in the morning? The woman telling you, okay, your Okada or the bus driver, even the banker,
point you just made now is so strong, because the way, if the guy has not, if Nnamdi Kanu has not compensated people and he has not taken care of them, so what should they expect when he's in charge? That is a microscope of what to expect when he's in charge.
The saying is in relationships, when people show you their true color, believe them.
Believe them.
You can't hide. You can't hide who you are. Okay, the Oduduwa people. How many Oduduwas have rallied around Showore?
No, none.
Is he not a Yoruba person?
None.
So why do we? It's. I love the way you presented it. That look, if these people really have your interest at heart, let them start teaching you.
Now, why wait till they get?
Let them start now. I remember having this conversation with my mom when it was like, okay, what are the Igbos? My point it was, whatever Igbos are clamoring for, what do they have as a people solidly that anybody can say? If the Igbos leave Nigeria, Nigeria will lose. Can we as a collective have that stance? It's not there. What you have are individual Igbo people in the north, in the south, in the east, and the west doing their things. Now, if those individuals decide, I mean, how many is innocent behind Nnamdi Kanu? Why would he be behind Nnamdi Kanu and lose business?
Yeah.
Is the only Igbo people that drive Jeep?
Yeah.
No. The ban on rice importation affected the whole Nigeria. It didn't just affect West, it didn't just affect South, it didn't just affect the whole Nigeria. The economics of Nigeria right now affects every citizen. Okay, if you're going away with Biafra or Oduduwa, does your currency, is it an international exchange currency? Or do you think it's only local currency that will float your economy? I mean, let's look at what politics.
No foresight.
I love my Nigeria, and I am Nigeria because as intelligent I am, I was born in that country. So there are so many beautiful minds in that country. But if we don't start to question DSA, because when I was in primary school, I read about the Danfodios, the Usman. It was a beautiful history. It was so wonderful to read about all these heroes, all the Igbo heroes, all the Yoruba. Every hero in the past was out there in primary school. But as you grow up, you begin to ask questions. And these questions will make you to refine your perception and your acceptance of history. Not so much to question what happened, but how you are going to apply your learning. There are so many people complaining Nigeria is bad. This is why America is the top country in the economy. It is so individualistic. DSA, I was coming back from work this morning, an old lady was painting her own wall, DSA. That is because the cost of somebody doing that job for you is better you take your own hand. However your house looks, save yourself the money. This country has capitalized individualism so much so, if you want to repair your plumbing, unless you don't know how it works, getting a plumber can cost you $75 for an hour. There are the things that we consider menial jobs in Nigeria, DSA. It will cost you an arm and a leg here.
Wow.
All the house helps and house girls, people freely pay $20,000, $25,000 in Nigeria. Over here, you are paying somebody $25 an hour.
Wow.
Let's just call it $160 a day. DSA, who has that kind of money in Nigeria for house help? Is it because we call them nanny? We need to change. See, over here, DSA, people tell you, unless your degree, you know for a fact, is going to change your lifestyle in terms of the amount of income you are getting. There is no point getting into $200 debt to get $100 income.
Yeah.
But in our country, everybody's education. It's a pity. The same thing. You see, they make the lower level education free so that you can be on the same level. That's the level playing ground for everybody. Make from primary to secondary free. College is now a choice. They can subsidize it for you if you want. They have done what they can do for you as a nation by subsidizing your primary education. When it comes to college, it's a choice. That's why there are many handymen who, if you don't know what to do, you as a banker, you as a CEO, Donald Trump cannot go and fix his toilet. But the person he will pay to do it can charge him an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Because these things are functional skills, DSA. How is it that the painters in Nigeria are from Benin Republic, Togo?
Yeah.
We are hanging our hand for function, things that keep a society running. And so who paints the house in Anambra? Anambarians? I've not seen an Anambra man painting his house. Who will paint your house in Lagos? Someone from Lagos? I have not seen it. If he's not from Togo, he's not from Ghana, he's not. You see these small countries that don't mind. That's why they were complaining when we closed our border.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones servicing our economy.
Yeah.
If you try American labor is expensive because they are hanging hand. It is the Mexicans, it is the Chinese, it is the immigrants that run this country. I stand to be corrected. So DSA, let me give a chance to every other person, but thank you so much for making something so big, so simple. Thank you for simplifying it, that look, whatever you want to do, start from where you are. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, this person giving me this hope, is it really true? Is this a reality? Because if you cannot justify your hope as reality, they say any goal without a dollar sign is a wish list. So these people Nigerians need to focus on who is giving them an actual goal with timelines versus someone who is selling them false hope and snake oil wish list.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Wow, beautiful as always, as usual.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Ada.
Thank you very much. Well, I think we're still having more callers, right? Beautiful. So we're going to receive the callers right now.
Maybe you tell them how to do it.
Yeah, of course. The way to do that is to go to Facebook Messenger, search for Move Agents on Facebook Messenger, and then write to us. Please do not call, but just write that you like to call, and then we will be the one to call you. All right? That would be great. So the books that we have on display today, there are two books that are cogent and very important to nations, to national development. The book you can see on your screen is How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. I mean, so it's not just the domestic faith we have in our churches and all of that. No, this is the power of faith. We have another caller right now who wants to speak to us. Okay, we'll get the caller later then. Apart from this book, let's have the other book, which is titled The Death of Nations. The Death of Nations, Why Countries Fail. This is also another classic book. I think it should be a must read for every politician or anyone who is taking any political office. You must understand this. What would lead to the death of your nation? And the same thing applies to industries. I think we have a caller right now. Okay, let's get the caller. Hello, caller.
Good evening, DSA. Good evening, Dr. Anu. Joshua calling from Milton Keynes.
You don't have to say your name. I can't.
Sorry?
Joshua, yeah. You have a unique voice. I was about to say that, but you went ahead. That's good. That's good. Good to hear you.
Oh, cool.
This is like the first time you are calling us. So
No, he's called before.
Yeah, this is my second
time.
My second time. Yeah.
In a long time, I guess.
In a long
Very
time.
long time.
All right.
All right. So allow me to make my contribution, sirs. And I want to bring a different perspective to it. And over the past 8 months, over the past 8 weeks actually, I've been studying DSA's thinking series. Okay? And when DSA started to describe the enthusiasm of an untrained street fighter and a professional, it brought home a very, very important truth that DSA taught in the thinking series to me. And what is this important truth? In one of the series, DSA explained from 2 Peter chapter 1. He said that certain ingredients need to be added to our faith. That we just don't need faith just by itself. That there are things that need to be added that will make the faith effective. And that has been the bane of the Nigerian society. So when DSA, he dramatized how an inexperienced boxer will come against a professional. The professional will just whip one side and then get the punch. I mean, that describes personally to me how I've been feeling at things I've been doing. And we understand that as an individual, so is the nation, you know? So if everyone listening can start to think within themselves, and that's what I'm trying to do now, think that how can I get this done? What do I need to do? What ingredients do I need to add into myself? What other ingredients do I need? Do I just need faith? I know it's not just blind faith, but what other things can I do? Those ingredients, we need to add it first into ourselves, and it is only when that has happened that we can now go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to go and tackle those things that are out there. The thinking series. I started a new job recently, and I have to travel to this new job. I travel 4 hours a day, and I determined that I'm going to be converting those 4 hours. So all I listen to is the thinking series. If anyone wants to get serious with life, start, I believe, on the thinking series, because it's the way to live. If you are not thinking, you are not living, you know. So all those enthusiasm, all those, for me, my own enthusiasm would be, I would listen to DSA. I'll be so charged up. I'll feel like I can do everything. I came to two HNCs. I feel like, yeah, I can do everything. But when the rubber hits the road, I understood when they say cynicism, how cynicism, and when DSA mentioned all those things that will bring cynicism, I experienced every single one of them. But by taking a step back and thinking, and then really, really thinking about the ingredients I can add to myself, you know, that is what I believe everyone needs to do on an individual level first, and then we can now take it to a national level. Thank you so much for allowing me to.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you, DSA.
Brilliant. Well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. These are, I'm excited. I'm excited because this is my reality, and I'm opportune to know these truths. It's counterintuitive to many people because they don't understand that why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you where you're doing? Or why are you here? I mean, why are you not looking for... I started a conversation today with somebody, and I say I have these conversations, please just a minute before you make the next call. And the person is saying, I know where you are right now, you have to go and be stable. That's what the person was telling me. Go and be stable. Go and get some stable income and be stable.
Even today?
Today, I tell you, I get kind of...
No, I know you had it last week or two.
I have it like almost every week. People telling me something that's related to that. That go, get stable. And...
Settle down.
And they don't understand that that's not how life is designed to live. Life is not designed to be lived from outside in. What they are thinking about me is that they want me to live from outside in. To go get a job, get some money, go settle from outside. And it's difficult for me to explain to them because they don't get it. That what I'm doing right now is, I know it's like I'm not getting anything from outside, but it's what is on the inside that is what matters. Give me time. I know you cannot see what is happening. You know, it's just like when
you are building yourself from inside.
And it's not always visible to people. It's just like when I see how they build houses here. One good thing they do is that they block it, they close it, so you don't know what is happening there. It's like that place is secluded, but you don't know. But they are already building the foundation without noise, but things are happening. Until when you just come the next day, you just see a structure there, and you're like, so this is what has been happening. So people are just focused on what is outside. You know, they're focused on the ephemeral things, on the things that are physical, that can be touched, felt, enjoyed, but on those things that really matter. And that's what we're talking about today. Those inner qualities, those virtues you have to build in yourself. People don't pay attention to it. And that's exactly what Mr. Joshua was talking about. That for that thinking series, it was helping them. We have a call already. Okay, good. So that thinking series is helping him to understand that apart from just having faith, you know, just, yeah, I can do this, you must add some things to your faith. And those things you're adding to your faith are not external.
Bread and water.
It's not bread and water. All right. If we have the call, just tell. We have the call now, right? Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, we're doing our best here. And you?
No, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. Can we know who is calling and where you're calling from?
Oh yeah, this Yeah, my name is Richard. I'm calling from Canada.
Sorry, did you say Ruten?
Richard, I'm calling from Canada.
Richard, okay. Nice to hear you, Richard.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Sunday and Dr. Anno.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to listen to you. Always a pleasure. I'm so inspired whenever I listen to you. Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you. The truth is that, honestly, I've learned a lot from the conversation this morning. Life is inside out, not outside in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pastor Sunday, I'm a Cameroonian, honestly, and right now in Cameroon, I'm sure you are aware that there's a crisis going on in Cameroon.
Yes.
And that crisis started in 2016. Just like the Igbos in Nigeria that wants to that want to break away from the rest of the country.
Yes.
Yeah, those from the south, those from the northwest and southwest, the English-speaking part of Cameroon, they too want to secede from the rest of the country. And so this crisis started in 2016. Lots of lives have been lost, and a lot of people continue to die. And these people are clamoring for independence. So, but my concern is, I've been watching this thing closely, and when I listened to you this morning, I was actually asking a lot of questions. Those who started this movement for independence, were they ready or were they zealous?
I think they are more zealous, though.
That's the way I look at it right now. That's the way I look at it right now, because many of them who started this thing are no more there. Some who started with a lot of zeal, a lot of talking, a lot of activism, and
enthusiasm.
Now they are cynical. They have either given into the regime, have been corrupted, have and people have been left to themselves to die.
And those people believed. Those are the people who believed in them before.
And those are people who believed in them when this thing started. And right now, they are caught in between the Red Sea and the Blue Sea. Yeah. They don't know where to go. And those who started the revolution, those who started the whole thing, are not there. And these people are massacred every day. So I've been, I just followed your program now. And honestly, I've been thinking, I thank God I've not been zealous to, I almost fell into that trap, but I just thank God that I didn't get into it, because I don't think I was prepared for such a thing.
Right.
But the truth is, I was just thinking, Dr. Sunday, at this point, because people are really suffering, what can be done? What can be done? What would be the wisdom right now? What can be done to resolve this issue, to get these people who have been trapped?
There must be, but they will not. If I tell you what must be done, I don't think they are listening right now. They have to call a national conference. But it's like the English speakers are disillusioned, and they don't believe in national conference anymore, because they said they called one in the 70s, 72 or something, and the people who went to represent the English speakers were compromised. And so they don't want to do another conference. But I think we still need to come back to the round table and do another round conference, and then round table conference, and call in international community to mediate between the English speakers and the regime. And they should call in maybe not France, because France seems to be biased on the side of the regime, but they should call in the United Nations, call in the African Union, call in maybe as the members of permanent security, what do you call it, Security Council, permanent members of the Security Council of United Nations, and they should try to call for peace process, and then reach a compromise. The English speakers should come up with their demands, and so that's what they should be campaigning for. They should first of all campaign for international negotiation rather than, so there should be a ceasefire, and during that period of ceasefire, then they should have this peace process that will save the lives of people, and then they could, through conversation and discussion, try to iron out their differences with the regime.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sunday. That what you said is absolutely true. And now, the kind of regimes we have in Africa.
Yeah.
The leaders themselves are cynical.
Yeah.
So, the kind of regimes we have. Just about, I think last year, another conference was called.
Okay.
But that conference was compromised.
Oh.
It's compromised. The international community is aware of this thing. They have not acted. In fact, the only country that has even come in to take one or two actions is the United States. They pulled out their troops from Cameroon, and Cameroon was taken out of the AGOA kind of trade agreement. So the government, the dictator in Cameroon, is not willing to dialogue.
Yeah.
And this other side, they are not willing.
No, I think what we should do is to put pressure on international community to put sanctions on the regime, just like we did during the time of apartheid in South Africa. But for that to happen, the people of Cameroon, I'm talking of the opposition and the English speakers, they have to have a united voice. And the united voice they should be calling for should not be just, we are going to secede. No, it should be about putting pressure on the regime to sit around the table, or to put pressure on sanction the regime, and ban all their people from traveling abroad. And so that pressure should be both from the English speakers and the opposition and French speakers, that the regime must be sanctioned, because it's a dictatorship. And if the dictatorship is there, that is what they did to Libya, and they did to other dictatorships, and Egypt and Mubarak. So why are they looking at this dictatorship in Cameroon as if nothing is happening? So we should call for a more serious sanction on the government officials and the people who are part of that government, and the people who are supporting the government and their businesses.
That's right. Because just 2 weeks ago, about 28, according to reports, about 28 to 30 civilians were killed in a particular quarter, in one quarter.
And the word is walking. I mean, washing. And they are not. This is horrible. This is unbelievable, because when one person dies in Israel, it becomes an international problem. Now 30-something people in one place, and nobody knows about it. That is alarming.
Yeah. So that is where we are, and all these things is because of what you're talking about today, because of cynicism, because people start they start a movement because of zeal. They are ill prepared. they are not equipped. They just start these things, and when the how do you call it? When the reality hits, or when reality shows up, they back out.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate. So, Dr. Sunday, I don't know. I would like to get to you privately.
Okay.
I don't know how I can get in touch with you.
No, just write to my Facebook. You are watching me right now on Facebook or YouTube. If you go to my Facebook page, you can inbox me.
So what's your Facebook account, sir?
Sunday Adelaja, as simple as that. You see my picture there with my wife.
Okay. Maybe I'll prefer an email so I can.
Email also is good. Email is pastor.
Okay.
At God Embassy. One word. God Embassy.
Okay.
.org.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Also,
sir.
thank you very much for the great job you guys are doing. Dr. Ojo, thank you very much. I pray that we need to equip ourselves before we go out. We shouldn't act out of zeal. Zeal that
And get punched.
And get the blow.
And get the blow.
and get blows like the boxer.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your contribution.
Have a great day.
Awesome. I'm happy that a non-Nigerian called in and is also able to see our conversation has beneficial to his own nation. So, yeah, because I think this is actually even
the principles are the same.
Principles are the same. Yeah, they're all principles of national transformation. So
it could be applied.
And there is no continent that needs all of these principles
as much
urgently as Africa. So what we're discussing here is needful not just in Nigeria, but in all African nations. I mean, I think it's that time that we change the narrative. We can't just keep being called the third world nation,
dark continent.
We need to change that, and it's by changing all
the
of
content of who
we are as a people. So that's where transformation.
But then he didn't take it in a sentimental, emotional way, get angry, and but he applied it. He also was able to apply it. Yeah. It's not just saying, okay, it relates to, but he's able to apply the principle and see, we're able to paint the picture. And he could see his own, even though we are painting the picture for Nigeria, but he was able to paint a parallel picture for his own country.
Yeah. And he was applying some key principles. Maybe people did not hear. He was applying the principle of questioning. He was applying the principle of analytical thinking. Those are the things, critical thinking, because if he had what he said, he was saying he began to question. And that's what many Nigerians don't know how to do. They just hear you say, North is not the problem of Nigeria. You said North is the problem of Nigeria.
They go after me like crazy. They start punching me, and writing me, threatening me, and yeah.
But they don't just question. They don't just question. We have a caller already. Hello, caller. Hello. Sorry, we can't hear you. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome.
This is Tunde calling from Canada.
So maybe you might have to speak closer to your device so we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, this is Tunde calling from Canada.
Is it Kunle?
Yeah, Tunde.
Tunde.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I was listening to what you guys were saying about Biafra and people actually really wanted to break up and cynicism. And during my own quiet time, I've tried telling people that they are being misled because most of those people from the East, they have their investments all over Nigeria.
Yeah.
They have their investments in Lagos.
Yeah.
I told them that, hey guys, let me tell you something, that there's just no way your senators and the rest of them would want to lose their investments in Lagos just because of you guys clamoring for your own country. And same also applies to Goa. So I really appreciate this program, like you platform to actually sensitize people to them understand that they're being misled. Somebody can't just come from London to Nigeria. Honestly, coming from London, to tell you guys what does not work. And when it became so very hot for him, he had to leave Nigeria back to London, where he came from. And people, and ordinary Nigerians are there. They are the ones suffering and bearing the brunt of being misled. Because I got to understand that we as Nigerians, we easily get misled. We easily believe whatever people say as correct, as truth, but we don't really take the time to sit down to want to use our heads to think. We're just carried away by emotions, and at the end of the day, we put ourselves in bigger problems. There was something I told them. I told them this. I said, okay, you guys are talking about wanting to break out of the country. That's good. Why do you have senators representing you in Abuja? Why do you have people in your own region trying their best every single time to want to contest House of Rep position in Abuja? Why do you have your own people wanting to become ministers in Abuja? I said, it does not work like that. It does not work like that. Somebody's out there just manipulating you people's brains. So I just want to stop here, and I want to say thank you so very much for this platform, which I really appreciate. And I've been following you for a very, very long time, though not really on Facebook, because I do mine through YouTube. I get the alerts on YouTube, so I watch your programs via YouTube all the time. And that about tithing, offerings, and pastors trying to play very, very smart one on people really got me. It really got me, because I've been in the church before where the pastor said, bring out the highest note you have. Then I was in Nigeria. I was thinking that he was going to pray for it, and at the end of the day, he told us not to put our hands in our pocket. We should just come and lay it at the altar.
That's right.
That was my biggest denomination that Sunday. Like, I was giving that money out grudgingly. I wasn't happy. But I looked at everybody around me, and there was just no way I could put my hands back in my pocket. So, but if I had gotten a message like this before then, I would have known that. Man,
you would have used your brain.
You just put it in.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. So thank you for this platform. I really appreciate it. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much today.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's what happens when there's light, Pastor.
Emotions, it control. They just use emotion to bamboozle people, manipulate.
Yeah.
But that is what Joshua was saying.
Yeah.
That if you want to be free, go and listen to that
Thinking series.
Thinking series. He said every day he goes to work 4 hours, back and forth, only one series. One series is enough.
Yeah.
Every day, the same thing. Thinking series. To and fro. Yeah. He wants to change his composition.
Yeah.
His mental composition.
Yeah. And that's where it begins, Pastor. Without that, there's no change that can happen.
That somebody came from London
and then sold you guys some
illusions.
Some illusions. And
some mirage. And when the things got hot, the guy took off. And you people are fighting that they have killed him. Produce without the card to produce in Nigeria is in your custody. It is this. And the guy is in Israel shilling. And he escaped with $2.something million. And they are still paying him. Yeah. Every Biafran iPod member, they are paying, is it $5 or so every month or every week? I think we have a caller.
Wow. Hello, caller.
Hello, DSA.
Yes, ma'am. Is that Mrs. Adelaja?
Yes, it's Adelaja again.
Yes, nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? Today's program, you just explained away your mission. Because, I mean, today's program just told us exactly the work you've done, you know, the content you've built up for the mission. And people who are going to go on that mission with you, if they don't have content, when the rubber reach the road, it's going to be difficult for them to do exactly what we were meant to do.
Yeah.
With the mission, you know, agenda.
Yeah.
So really, you know, today really give us a good lesson. People should learn from it, build yourself up, because it's not going to be easy when we get to Nigeria.
Yeah.
This mission is not going to be easy, but
emotion is not enough.
Yes, but those who have built up good content in themselves, it will just be a walkover.
Yeah.
You know, you just explained to us. I mean, now I understood your strategy for the past, you know, years that you've been doing what you are doing, how you're doing it, just to get everybody full of content, energized, so that nobody will fall during the mission work.
Yeah.
That's what I see from today's program. It's really, really very educative. I wish everybody would go and listen to it again, learn and start doing whatever they haven't done, you know, to build content in themselves, or else
reality is going to come.
No. They'll just be like the boxer. Battered blue and black. It's true. I mean, our independence was not, well prepared for. They all went into it with emotions. The Awolowos, the Azikiwe, the Sardauna, they all went with emotion. Nigeria was not built ready to build a nation that is fully independent. That's why we fuck everything up till today. 60 years is still all. I mean, if you are 60 years old today and you are like Nigeria, I'm sorry. It's a shame,
it is 60, oh.
It's really a sad thing to look at, that after 60 years on this earth, as a human being, you are still like Nigeria. And no, forget. It's really, your program today really opened, up that yes, we need to be built up if we really meant to transform that nation to what we want. Everybody, knowledge, in skills, in in thinking. Your thinking series. I listen to it. That logically, I think now it's really a good thing to build oneself up. So all the doers, they are Motekuns, they are play, they are child's play. At the end of, give them 3-4 years, you won't hear of the Amatekun anymore.
Yes.
And then the Shega or whatever they built in North, forget, those ones are even going to be worse. Because the Amotekuns are a bit more literate than the Sheja they built in the Northerns they are not educated enough, So the Biafra, forget about it. The Biafra they're all child's play. They're all child's play. No. Nnamdi Kanu wanted to build his own self up, write a name for himself before he died, because there's nothing. Thank you so much for more educative things you are giving us on this Fixing Nigeria, and whoever needs to learn, just learn. We are in a better place that we can learn what we need to do, and then get ready, fully prepared, equipped. And when you get there, you will never be there. The transformation will be like a walkover, because everybody will listen to what you go, because they saw what you have, how you are. They will listen to, That's what I say. Very educative today. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mrs. Adelaja. We still have one more caller to call. Well, this is Fixing Nigeria. For those of you who might be watching this program for the very first time, this is Fixing Nigeria. We're here every Friday, 7 p.m. Kiev time. That is 6 p.m. Nigerian time, 5 p.m. UK time. So you can join us. We're coming up with new discussions, new issues that we need to address every week, and we hope that people are listening to. And also you can help by sharing the video, sharing our discussions to Nigerians and to people that will need the knowledge we're sharing. We have another caller.
You had said you still had one more question for me.
Yeah, I had one more question, but I don't know if I'm to ask the question right now before I call.
Yeah, if you do, okay. The caller is ready.
Yes, good evening, sir.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is David on the line. We're on the line from Malaysia.
David.
Yeah.
Say that again. Your voice is not so good. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Your line is very bad. The network is very weak.
But I can hear you, sir.
Oh, okay. It's better now.
This is David.
How are you? It's been a while. You've not called for some time now.
Honestly, I've been busy, sir. But I've been following now.
Okay. Nice to hear your voice. Hey, something is wrong with your voice again. It's gone again. Hello? Ude, your voice is gone again now.
Yeah. I think you have...
my God. What's the network?
Why is it coming and going? The
Yeah.
voice is just. Are you using any device or Bluetooth or?
No. I'm not using any device, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, try and speak. Don't be walking around. Can you stay in one place and try to speak?
Yeah.
I don't. What's wrong
Yeah,
with this?
it has to do with the network.
You think it's the network?
Yeah.
Ah.
I think it's the network. Okay,
because he's always having very good contributions.
Yeah, maybe we'll try to recall. I think you should maybe you could go to a location that has a very strong, maybe within your house where that has a strong network. So we can call you back.
So we should try to call him back.
Yeah, so let's try to call him back.
Okay, another priority this one.
Yeah. Okay. So while we try to call him back, the final question I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
The final question I wanted to ask as regards the subject of cynicism in Nigeria is, we know that cynicism is a problem in Nigeria, and we already know the alternative faith that needs to be.
The solution
is faith. Now.
But not just faith.
Yeah.
Faith and content and the right value system.
Yeah.
In the people.
Mm-hmm. Good. So my question I wanted to ask is that with cynicism, are there other things that we need to pay attention to? I mean, just the same way we have some, in the human body, we have some diseases that have accompanying others, maybe symptoms or accompanying diseases that comes with it. What things should we pay attention to that accompanies cynicism in the nation that we have to also pinpoint and also start addressing?
Okay, I spoke about some of them in the beginning, but the most important things we have to talk about is evil speaking.
Good.
Or negative speech.
Good.
When we pay too much attention to negative things and we amplify negativity, that is one thing that is accompanying disease or trouble. Mm-hmm. Another thing would be when people are not being focused on the work to do on themselves. Mm-hmm. But instead of them to look inside themselves, they are being focused. Their focus is being paid and being driven to out things that are wrong outside, instead of them to look inward and try to correct what they could do about what is wrong. But when they are looking and pointing, accusing fingers, and looking at something as to the reason to blame for the things that are going on, instead of looking inward, is another issue. And so another thing that could bring is that it could lead to, like I've said, apathy. It will lead to disillusionment. It will lead to complacency, disillusionment, and it will lead to lack of productivity in the country. Because when there is cynicism, then people's hands are weak. They drop their arms. They drop their skills. They don't get skills. They don't acquire knowledge. They don't strive for excellence. They don't strive for better. They don't acquire the needed wisdom and understanding to be able to bring solutions. But they are so disillusioned that they feel that nothing will help anyway. And so there will be lack of productivity. There will be no industrial growth, no factories, no production. There will be no services. And even when there are services, there will be no excellence in it. And there will be weak competitiveness. They will not be competitive. And there will be regression, mental regression in the people. And there will be collapse of the economy. There will be strife in political life instead of unity, harmony, and focus. So a lot of evil things that are accomplishing cynicism.
Wow. Thank you very much. That was the final question I had for today's show. Okay. So we'll receive our final caller also. We'll try Mr. O'Day again. Hopefully his internet will be fine. Yeah, this is really a huge. This cynicism is major. It's something that we must actually nip in the bud if we need.
Yeah, I think this program needs to be carefully cut into different topics. There are so many topics in it today.
Yeah.
That must be exposed and be promoted individually.
Very
Each one of them is epic.
Very true. Very true. All right. Hello.
Hello, good evening, dear sir.
It's a bit better now.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Hello, Uday.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You are doing a great job, sir. God will continue to bless you.
Amen, amen. Thank you.
My people don't know anything, and they claim to be wise. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
My people thinking of Nigerians.
No, yes, yeah. They don't know, but we claim to be wise. You see, the problem in our country is just about the minority elite.
Yes.
The elite.
Yes.
That are the few elites that are majority. And they throw the religion ethnicity when they people are vote. As soon as they get into power, they unite in stealing. They unite in sharing the resources of our country.
They unite in stealing.
They always united when they are stealing our resources. But when they now divide us on ethnic and religious lines. I was talking with my people. There's a group chat. We're just talking. They were talking about how Senator Ina Baribe is a core Biafran Igbo. So I was like, I said, but he's in the Senate, the Nigeria Senate. You say he's a Biafra. He said yes. I love the Biafra of a 10.
Who is the person?
The Senator Ina Baribe.
The one they beat. Which one?
Ina Baribe.
Abaribe, okay, Abaribe, yes. It's the one that stood as a surety for Nnamdi Kanu.
Nnamdi Kanu, yes.
He's senator for Nigeria.
But he's senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes. So,
what is he doing there?
we were talking. So when I asked them a question. I said, but Ejina Abaribe is one of the principal officers of the National Assembly. And they just bought a car, about 400 cars from foreign countries. When we have innocent here, I was expecting Abaribe in the spirit of Biafra to say, okay, if you are buying your foreign these cars, I give for him, so that it will be a strong. So I just started to.
So Eberibe didn't go and convince the National Assembly to go and buy from innocent cars.
Yes. Well, his own, at least his own has to be innocent, because innocent is a Biafra now. They said that's not the issue. I said, but we are talking about how Biafra will be run.
They said that's not the issue.
They said it's not an issue. I told them, I said, the people that occupy Biafra will be lazy people like you, mentally lazy group like you people.
Yeah.
And this Ejina Abaribe to come to Biafra and become opinion molder and opinion leaders.
Yeah.
And they will still repeat exactly what we are seeing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So the solution is not even about what people are talking about. We must begin to ask questions, discuss issues, challenge leaders. If we don't change that mentality, when we go to Biafra, the same thing happening in Nigeria will still happen.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nothing will be different about all of this. They say, I'm not talking about a Biafra that I'm not a Biafra that I'm. I said, yes, because since I don't agree with your opinion, I'm not going to be a Biafra.
So Biafra is no more by blood. It's now by opinion.
No, yes, you must accord with them. You must agree with them. Even if they are talking trash, you must agree.
Wow.
Once you say no, you try to take a different position. You are not part of them. It's a big problem. And this political elite, these leaders, they understand those differences and they keep capitalizing on that. They will come close to us, so they will tell you they are this, they are that. They are fighting for interest. But when you want them to show that interest in the larger interest of the society, you don't see it. It's about personal interest. And they will come to divide us. You are telling me that therefore will be this. It's not going to be anything.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wisdom. Words of wisdom with there. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Blessings.
I think these things are just self-evident, this truth. But it takes people to actually be able to think, and to question. Well,
and that's why this is your program. This is our program.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of this program.
How I wish people will watch them and think.
Yeah, and think, okay.
Maybe we need to share them and promote and distribute.
Of course, I think it would be a great idea for us to do that. We have another caller based on what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get the other caller. So please, our viewers watching us, I think that's what we have to do collectively to share this video, to spread the news, let people know that there is a conversation like this, Let's get the light out, let's get understanding out, so our people will be enlightened. Okay, so we're going to receive another caller right now, and let's hear the contribution. Do we have the caller ready? Hello, caller.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Happy New Year, Move Agent.
Ah, that's my sister.
Wow.
DSA.
Mabel Shinwe.
Oh, my beloved DSA and my beloved Ano.
So
DSA,
good.
do you know since I listened to your level of gratitude?
Yes.
I don't even know whether to say thank you again. I don't say it anymore.
Wow.
Knowing the level thank you is, I don't say thank you anymore. Please, I'm advising this family, go and listen to DSA's level of gratitude.
Yes.
So that when next you want to say thank you, you know what you're saying.
Yes.
Stop saying thank you and take up responsibility.
Right.
Thank you. Responsibility is the end thing.
That's right.
DSA, I've been busy. I might repeat what others said because I've been in and out of this conversation. But because Biafra is big, I must register my stand again and again. And why will I register my stand again and again? Emotion is just our problem.
Yeah.
Let them hear me wherever they are. Do you know why I tell you emotion is our problem? You know they are clamoring for Amatuku, every state to have their own security outfit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what problem do we have in Anambra State? One senator from Anambra State, is that Imo State or what? Is that Imo State or Anambra or Enugu? I don't know, but it's Imo senator. He is now saying the bill that's setting up for security for every state is a fraud.
Wow.
And my people was attacking this man. And what was he saying? Because he said the bill is a fraud. What is the bill saying? What is the bill saying? The bill is saying they're not going to have a physical police or a physical security agent. All they need is them giving them information. That's what the bill is saying. But my people are now recruiting people. Even the IPOP people, they said, yes, we like the bill. We like the bill, let the bill. But let us be the ones that will bring the people that will be in the security outfit. What are you asking for? You don't even know what the bill is saying. You are asking for something else. And when that thing you are asking for is not given to you, you will bring it up again. That is the polarization we are talking about.
Yes.
What are you saying? You must pay, DSA, paying attention to words is very important.
Yeah.
When we don't pay attention to words, that's part of the problem we're having. Because when somebody says something, you wouldn't want to know what exactly is this person saying. Because in that whole sentence, one thing is what that person is saying, and if you don't get it, that's the problem. Okay, you are now saying we will be part of it. Recruit from us IPOP. Whatever the governor of Anambra State is recruiting now as a personnel is against the law. Why is it against the law? If this bill is passed into law, any security personnel that is against us outside the police, outside the army, is illegal. Why is it illegal? The bill will make it illegal. And that is what this senator is fighting. Don't give us policing. Give us police. Give us community police. They said no. When we give you police, community police, some of the governors will take advantage of that. Okay, he said, okay, if you're against the governors, let's do it written now. And they still said no. And our people don't even know that the recruitment they are doing is already illegal. Now, after that recruitment, and government comes out with this bill and nullifies everything. Yes, that's what we've been saying. This Buhari is trying to Islamize everywhere. You cannot work with what is not law. If you are working with what is not law, it's wrong already. There's this thing that is going viral in Facebook. They said somebody was jailed for 10 years for being absent as a jury for his jury duty, and somebody said that's so harsh. How can anybody do that? That's so harsh. Not coming for jury duty, and he explained he's left off. I said, wow, so harsh? Oh yeah, it will be so harsh. But this is part of what will happen to you when you fail to show up, no matter what your excuse is. That excuse you should give before not showing up. Not when you don't show up and the law hammers on you, you come with emotions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We must pay attention to words and pay attention to things that need to be done. If it's not right, fight for it immediately. Not fighting for it when you don't even know what you're fighting for. Coming to Nnamdi Kanu, as somebody already said, Mandela did not leave his country. He was there. Gandhi did not leave. He was there. But Nnamdi is busy gallivanting from Jerusalem to London, from London to US, from US to Germany, and my people are down home. Being shot dead, some are in the mud, some they're being killed as Christmas goods. And he is far away there because of our emotions. Don't touch our prophet Nnamdi Kanu. I don't even know how they gave him the... Okay, now, Israel, majority of Israel is Judaism. Igbos are not, they are not Judaism by religion. Are they gonna do that? No. Maybe when time comes, when they said, okay, you are now Israelites, you are now the Jews, you have to be Judah, because Nnamdi Kanu is practicing it already. I'm not sure they're gonna practice it with him. So we don't even, why am I saying this? We don't know what we are doing with Nnamdi Kanu. We're just following him because of emotion.
Yeah.
That's just what is happening. I can't even believe. One of my closest brothers said they're contributing for Nnamdi Kanu. I said, I can't believe you're falling for this trash. Of course it's trash. You are falling for this, you're contributing for Nnamdi Kanu every month. That's crazy. Take that money down home. We have a lot of people that need that money. Give it to them.
Yeah.
Nnamdi Kanu is better off more than all these people.
Yeah.
So yes, I remain in Nigeria. I just want to register. That's all I want to register. I want to register that I am in Nigeria. Until Igbo gets this their promised land, because somebody told me on the platform that we will get this promised land. I just told him, when you get that promised land, remember, manna was falling in the wilderness. Once you get that promised land, the manna will cease. It's not gonna fall.
Yes.
It's time for tilling. It's time for tilling the land. So be ready to till the land. And anything that you don't get, you don't understand. Ask the Israelites. They first went for that. That's all I'm telling my Biafra people. They first came out of that wilderness and got their promised land. Let them find out from them what they did when they got that their promised land.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Then again, say, I can't say thank you and rock on.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Grateful.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mrs. Mabel. That brings us to the end of this episode.
They said we still have
caller. We still have caller. No, I think that's
okay.
That's the final caller.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for being with us. It's been a wonderful time, wonderful discussion, wonderful contributions. We're here every Friday on Fixing Nigeria. 7 p.m. Kyiv time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time now, and 5 p.m. UK time. My name is Anu Ojo, and it's always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much for being with us. Please share the message, spread the word. Maybe this could open some people's eyes. Blessings.